Hello there everybody, it's Tigitar here and welcome back to another episode of the Summoner playthrough. So, I've been doing a little bit of work here at our main base and I have actually somewhat of a little functional crafting area built as well as an actual storage room over here next to it. So I finally got all those floating chests cleaned up that were sitting here. I got our crafting stations moved in together, nicely organized where we can access them, and we're looking so much better. I actually built a little storage area first here. I kind of just dug out the sand here. The natural top of the sand was right on this layer here, and then it kind of just continued upwards here, but I decided to leave our pylon sort of, I think it's actually where it was originally, although I could be wrong about that. Leave our pylon here, and then I just dug out underneath it and then lined the bottom with sandstone bricks, and then just basically filled it in with a bunch of chests and then labeled them so they're somewhat organized. I haven't done much organizing within the chests themselves, but at least we do have the different items separated where we can find them easy. So that's good. Our little crafting station room over here, this building turned out a little bit funky. It's kind of an awkward shape, honestly. It's kind of big on top. It looks a little bit weird, but I kind of ended up with this because I wanted to have enough space to have enough functional crafting stations in it, right? And so I ended up being kind of squished here at the bottom between our important pink tree, which holds up our sign, and then our storage room over here. And I didn't really feel like crossing it, like overlapping into the desert. I thought it would make it kind of awkward to theme it correctly, I guess. So I ended up with a small base, but then expanded it as we went up here. So I used stone slabs for the foundation, and then stone bricks, plus some slabs for the rest of the walls going up. The side walls, I mean. Under the foundation, there's actually a sort of a mix of large bamboo, blanked wall, and also some brown painted mahogany walls that kind of go down there to support the structure above. I use tall gates as the doors here, which is actually something I really like doing. They are actually more space efficient in most ways than the even normal 3 tall doors. In fact, they definitely are, because they're only 5 blocks tall, but when they open up and down instead of side to side. So even when they're open or closed, or regardless of how they are, they're only taking up 5 blocks of space. While the regular doors actually take up 3 blocks themselves, and then 3 blocks to either side when you open them. So they take up 9 blocks total if you count all of those. So that's kind of interesting, actually. So yeah, I got the most important crafting stations down on the bottom here, the furnace, anvil, and crafting table, of course. And then I put 2 barrels right in the center here. And this is something that I actually really like doing on all of my worlds and all of my bases, is just have at least 2 chests that are easily accessible while you're standing at all of your crafting stations. With our ore and bar storage here, it just makes it so much easier and faster to craft tools and weapons. And then same with the materials as well. And with the materials here, I should be able to put eventually our alchemy table somewhere up on this layer maybe, and we can have easy potion crafting. I also left a little bit of room up on the top floor here to fill in with other crafting stations as we find them, so that should be good. Let's talk about the roof a little bit next. So again, I used the iron bricks for the roof. I do quite like that for roof material, and I added 3 different little peaks. 2 of them I tried to make it look like they were more in the foreground, and then I added a 3rd one between the 2 and painted it gray and tried to make it look like it was set back a little bit to give it just a little bit of depth. Now, I basically have never do depth in my builds, and it's something that I could definitely improve on. And so I really need to try that some more, and it's something that I'm very weak at and haven't done much at all. So we'll see. I'm pretty happy with this. It's not great, but it does get the feel of depth just a little bit, I guess. So I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's pretty cool. Again, I used the yellow stained glass behind the sections in the top to match our other 2 houses here. I think that looks kind of cool. But then I took it a little bit farther with this one. So there's basically a big cross with it in that centers on the center of the building. And then there's a couple sections coming down from each side on top as well, just to add color, add a little bit of lighting, and a little glowing effect at night. And then for the background walls in the main house, I just have large bamboo painted brown. Again, some mahogany painted brown, kind of on the floor layer. And then the rest of it is kind of just planked walls around windows. And I did mix in just a handful of iron brick walls, just to add one extra texture, to make sure I kept the variety in there. I'm really glad that we actually have functional space to work with now, so we can definitely start moving forward with this playthrough. It's gonna be awesome. So speaking of moving forward, I'm kind of thinking about what our next step is gonna be. And I think it might be to set up a little boss arena and try to take on the Eye of Cthulhu. Maybe if we're quick, we could even do that this evening. We got half a day, where I spent half a day blabbing on about this useless stuff that I've worked on. I also added a little bit down underneath here on our glass section. I added some critters and a few banners too, so it looked a little plain down there for the merchant, and it still kind of does, but it's a little bit better. Oh, again, I also used the topaz gemspark walls over in the storage area. Other than that, it's just sandstone bricks and actually palm wood fences and walls. But yeah, I think it might be cool to try to set up a bit of an arena here and then get to see if we could take on the Eye of Cthulhu. So I'm wondering where the best place is going to be for this. I'm kind of looking at the area right above spawn, actually. It's right to the left of our base, so it's not going to be crowding our main base or anything like that. And we can just build it right above the trees there and maybe have some cool support beams coming down and make it look pretty neat, hopefully. Maybe just to start with, I'll just take some regular wood over here, make some regular wood platforms, and we can just kind of get the size laid out here. And then we can change it out for a different block type later on if we want to, and then keep sprucing it up and upgrading it as we go from there. I'm thinking maybe this height here should be decent. Man, I hope we get the traveling merchant to sell us some building accessories before too long. Those are quite nice. You know, I'm wondering, it might have been worth grabbing a building potion from our stash. I believe we found a couple of them, although I can never remember for sure. Maybe I'm thinking of a different playthrough that I have some on. Let's end it right at this tree here. Maybe we can make it look like this tree is the leftmost support for it. This is a very good size though. And I guess I'll just take it right over to the hill on this side, and then we'll be good to go. And now I did bring a little bit of wood fence, and I could make some more to maybe add a few actual supports for the structure. And of course later on, maybe once we get a cooler material like marble or granite, sometimes those can be cool, we could switch it all out for the other material and have it look really nice. Of course, stone brick would also possibly be cool, the gray bricks. All right, maybe for now I'll just like take a couple of the trees that are pretty tall and run a fence down to them and kind of use them as the supports. Gotta make a little bit more fence here first though. Craft a heart lantern here, bring that over. We can of course make a campfire, use one of those, and let's see what kind of potions we have. What's even gonna be useful? I suppose I'll try a regen. We have one iron skin, and we don't need archery potions this time. Our snowflakes will hopefully be helping us out here, but we'll definitely see how this goes. It's gonna be interesting. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think I've ever fought the Eye of Cthulhu in Master Mode with anything other than a bow and arrows. It's gonna be fun. Oh wow, yeah, we actually have 10 builder potions in here. Look at that. Let's see, I'll put a couple torches down, and it looks like it's actually nighttime already. Just became nighttime, so we're gonna have to get started on this pretty soon. I don't imagine it's gonna be too tricky, but I don't know for sure. Our Snapthorn definitely does not have a lot of range, so I don't know. Maybe we'll have to be relying on our flinxes quite a bit. And in case it ends up taking us a good amount of time to get the damage in, we should probably get started here and then work on the arena a little bit afterwards. Let's see how it goes. Here we go. Summon him up from the right. Just start whipping him. And I guess I'll drink these potions just to be safe. Unfortunately, they don't give us any more damage, but I guess we'll just have to try to stay close enough to hit him with the whip. We have super good mobility with our Blizzard in a Bottle plus wings, and of course Hermes boots, so our mobility is like top notch actually for fighting the Eye of Cthulhu. And so far, I'm not very disappointed at all in our damage. We're definitely staying close enough to where we can hit him with our whip really consistently so far. The whip also takes out the Servants of Cthulhu really easy, so that's nice. Okay, so this is actually going pretty well. So the question now is, will he start dashing away from us and will we be able to finish him off? Okay, so we're into the dashy phase. Our snowflakes kind of lose him when he flies far enough up, it looks like. Come on, Flinksies. Okay. We're still getting a fair amount of whip hits off, though, so that's good. Okay, we're taking a little bit of damage. We also actually have pretty decent defense, so we're very durable as well. This is not too tough at all right now. Of course, the ending is when it gets crazy. We'll see. It's getting down there. He's almost there, but of course it seems to take like sometimes way too long just to get this last bit down. Oh, you know what I just realized? We accidentally drank a Spelunker potion, didn't we? Okay, there we go. He's down. So that was not hard at all. You know what we can do? We have 2 more of those. We may as well just at least fight 1 more. We should have time. Let's just do that. That was fun, actually. Yeah, so the damage is not actually a problem. Even at the end, like, it didn't take all that long. It's usually probably at least that long for me with my bow and arrow to get the final hits off anyway. So yeah, really good damage. You know what I might do is get our Shield of Cthulhu out now. And maybe replace our Guide to Plant Fiber Cordage. We'll lose a couple of defense points, but we have the dash now, so... Wait! Oh, you know what? This is our summoner run. We can't use that. I've been thinking about this, about whether or not I want to use the Shield of Cthulhu, since it is a melee item. Even if we just use it for dashing and don't actually hit anything with it, I still kind of want to see if we could do it without it. I just like autopiloted to getting it equipped because I use it so much. Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to try to do this run without the Shield of Cthulhu, actually. I think it'd be a lot more fun to try to make it through without relying on the dash. Okay, so anyway, long story short, no Shield of Cthulhu for this run. I just forgot about that and autopiloted to putting it on. Alright, he's getting down there. We're into the rage mode once again here. Let's see if we can finish him off. We got a zombie providing some interference in this one. Okay, he's almost there. Of course, we're getting low too now. Okay, we got him. There we are. Cool. So 2 eyes. Let's do a 3rd one. It's barely past midnight, so why not? We'll just, I guess, make some money and have enough Demonite for, well, really nothing. All that we're gonna use Demonite for is probably the Nightmare Pickaxe. Oh wait, it's not even Demonite, it's Crimtane. The Deathbringer Pickaxe. I wasn't even paying attention. At this stage here, I'm feeling almost stronger with our whip and flinxes than I would with a bow and arrow, like fighting this guy. Like, I don't know, the damage is there. I guess the range is a little bit less, but the flinxes can latch on from a little ways away some of the time. This could potentially be just something that I kind of switch over to, even on like hardcore characters. If it's really this good. Like, I'm pretty impressed. Whip him up. Alright, he's whipping us up. He's almost there. Haha, got him. Oh, nice. I don't really know what I was expecting, but it was definitely not hard. Definitely not hard, so that's awesome. We got our first boss down. And now that we got our first relic here, we'll definitely also have to figure out where we want to put our relics. Maybe we could build some sort of like desert temple thing right over here to display them at. That could be cool. I think maybe I'll try to add a couple more quick support pillars for our arena here, and then maybe move on to something else. With how much damage we actually had against the Eye of Cthulhu there, I'm honestly thinking of like the other bosses. Like we got Brain of Cthulhu, King Slime, of course, and then Skeletron coming up, as well as Queen Bee, I guess. Our next whip that we can actually get is the Spinal Tap, which you craft from bones. So we can't get that until after we defeat Skeletron. So in terms of like our loadout and our weapon arsenal, we pretty much have what we're gonna have. We could potentially upgrade our Flink's staff to something else though, such as like the Imp staff before we fight Skeletron, but we'd have to take on the Brain of Cthulhu. Oh nice, we got the Dryad to move in. We would need to take out the Brain of Cthulhu for tissue samples in order to get the Imp staff, because it would require us to make a Deathbringer pickaxe to mine the Hellstone. I'm thinking maybe we try to take on Brain of Cthulhu. We could go right next to our base here. I believe we've destroyed one Crimson Heart on this world, but no more than that. Grab ourselves another Heart Lantern. We can make another campfire, and I'm just gonna kind of run down there and set up an arena. Wow, there are actually a ton of hearts here. Oh, speaking of hearts, there's a life crystal here too. I just realized I have pickup text off. When I'm building on like, oh man, there's a lot of spiders coming in. Can we beat these guys? It looks like it, barely. Okay, our flakes has finally found their way back to us. That's good. But yeah, sometimes I turn pickup text off while I'm working on building projects, because block swapping things out and other various tasks kind of cause items to drop into the inventory pretty steadily, and sometimes the text can get in the way of what I'm trying to see around me. Oh wow, another life crystal here in this one. Alright, we got it lit up in here. Now we just need to get a platform or two down, and hopefully we can get this guy taken on. Alright, this arena is going to be even sloppier than our first one, but I'm not sure that I'm going to worry too much about it, since this arena does not serve very many purposes. Like, this one Brain of Cthulhu fight is basically all that we ever are going to do in here. We don't have any potions right now that increase our damage, which is like probably one of the more important potions to... whatever. Never mind. This should summon the brain here. Let's just toss these bombs and get back up to our platform. See what happens. Alright. Bring it on, Mr. Brain and creepers. Oh wow, he teleported right behind me. I already took 2 big hits. That's not a good start. Okay, we got a flanking spider. That's not helpful. Okay, we're getting some health regen back. We're getting a few tissue samples already, too. The creepers are actually dying pretty fast. Like, with the whip, it actually keeps them away from us surprisingly well. Like, they seem to just retreat as soon as they get hit, so any damage that you do to them is pretty good. Okay, we took a bunch of damage from a spider. Wow, we took a bunch of damage from the brain there. Okay, it looks like... Okay, we're on second phase now, so now it's just about taking it slow and steady and trying to react properly and dodge out where he teleports to. Or she. I don't know. Is the Brain of Cthulhu a male or female? Okay. I'm actually kind of more worried about the spiders, honestly. Okay, okay. This is good. This is good. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, our health is fine now, too. And as long as we don't screw up here at the very end, I think we're gonna be okay. Our flakes are nice here. They can find the correct one before I can, because I can't tell very easy. Cool. So that was actually super duper easy as well. I guess I'm just traumatized from fighting these bosses in master mode because they do so much damage. But if I just stay a little bit more relaxed and just focus on precise, necessary movements, it actually just makes things way easier. I honestly think that we could take on Skeletron with this setup. And we got a Crimson Heart there from that last heart that we destroyed, so we actually have a little light pet to accompany us as well now. Alright, well, let's head back to base. I guess we can at least just upgrade our pickaxe right now, actually. Okay, here's our Deathbringer pickaxe. Now, our Brain of Cthulhu treasure bag, We got a Brain of Confusion, a wild one, so a little bit more melee speed. That's actually pretty cool, and I think I will actually swap out our Guide to Plant Fiber Cordage for this, because the dodge chance is actually pretty nice. Let's just use our nice forest pylon here, get over to the dungeon, and just plop up a quick platform and see what happens here. Okay, let's see. Can we beat Skeletron? What do you think? Okay, he's summoned, he's out, he's angry. We already took like a whole bunch of damage. I already used my health potion. Let's see if this works. Oh man, that star almost hit him. That would have been kind of hilarious. Unfortunately, it would have kind of sucked to have that on our summoner run. I would not have felt right if a star did like 2/3 of his health right off. Okay, so we're actually getting annihilated. I don't know if if my movement just sucked that much, which it probably did, but I'm out of there. That did not work whatsoever. That sucks. I just totally choked that. I don't know what happened. I wonder if the short range of the whip is going to be a little bit more tricky to deal with against Skeletron. I kind of think that it's just going to be a matter of me having to adjust and get used to it. It shouldn't be that hard, right? We'll have to come back to that later. But in the meantime, maybe it would be wise to get down to the underworld and mine ourselves some hellstone now that we got our Deathbringer pickaxe. Because it honestly wouldn't take very much to mine enough for our imp staff. We have some obsidian from earlier, so we can go ahead and make a skull. Oh my gosh, we actually even have an obsidian skin potion already also. Wait a second, hold up. You know what we can do now that we have tissue samples? Wait a minute. I forgot. Oh man, a meteorite landed. Cool. That's not going to be super helpful for us in this run. What I just remembered though is Obsidian Armor. That is what we need to make. That is definitely what we need to make. Now, I believe we'll need a fair amount of silk. Let's see, how much is it? Hold on. I don't actually know how to craft the Obsidian Armor. Joe, I know it takes tissue samples. Oh, we need a Hellforge to craft it. Wow, I did not guess that. I assumed it would either be the loom or the anvil, if anything, but I did not expect a Hellforge to be necessary. Okay, so I guess we do have to make a quick run all the way down to the underworld. Just grab ourselves a Hellforge, and then I think we can actually get that armor set. Hopefully we have enough obsidian. That's the only question that I have. Maybe we should get a little bit more while we're down here, actually. We will need a little more obsidian to get enough hellstone bars. Oh, that's lava. For our imp staff, probably. So probably we should just get a little bit of this obsidian while we're down here. And it looks like we have a massive, perfect area to get it right here, actually. So that's pretty awesome. Maybe the obsidian armor will help a lot. I totally forgot about that. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Block it off. Block off the lava. Oh my gosh, why did I do that? I just mined the wrong block and let a bunch of the lava flow down. Instead of dropping the water on the lava, I just dropped the lava on me. That's not how you're supposed to make obsidian. Oh no, and I stepped on a trap that released the lava too? Gosh, dang it. This is so terrible. Oh my gosh, I guess that lava's gone. We can drop the water on it down here if we wanted to. But luckily there's some more lava up here to the left, so I guess we'll resort to trying to use that. Gosh, dang it. This is like 2 epic fails right in a row. Okay, this is the way to do it. Okay, here we go. I think we'll have plenty of obsidian. We have almost 200 now, so that should be more than enough. Especially since we won't be making full hellstone gear. Alright, now we just have to continue down and get ourselves that Hellforge. I still have these lava pockets that obstruct our elevator. We'll have to deal with that sometime, I'm sure. Alright, here's a Hellforge right here. Grab that bad boy and let's head back. Oh man, unfortunately you can't use block swap on furnaces. 0 out of 10, poor game design. Okay, so it's only 20 obsidian for each armor piece, so a total of 60, which is not bad at all. The obsidian outlaw hat, the obsidian long coat, and the obsidian pants. Oh man. Okay, and I think we are actually going to have a pretty substantial defense upgrade. Yeah, so from 12 to 19, it's 7 more than our last set was. So that is pretty sweet. And it looks really cool too, actually. I really like how the Obsidian Armor looks. So the set bonus for this is actually crazy good. Increases whip range by 50% and speed by 35%. So that is crazy. We don't have any more minions than we had before. We can still only have 2 of these guys, I believe. Yeah, we can still only have 2 flinxes. But look at our whip. It is actually crazy now. It's now doing 23 damage as well, whereas before it was only 18. That's interesting. So the armor set says increases minion damage. We can clearly see here that if we take it off, our summon damage goes way down. So I wonder if that's intended. I guess it's just weird wording on that. I don't know why it would say minion damage rather than summon damage. Okay, well, this is awesome. I am super excited about the Obsidian Armor. I think we're actually going to be pretty OP now. I guess it's probably worth grabbing the Imp Staff as well, but I'm thinking about maybe saving that for next time. Next episode, we'll have a clear plan to start off with upgrading to the Imp Staff and then taking on Skeletron. So with that, feel free to check out the Discord if you're interested. The link is in the description. The song of the episode for today is Bad Dream Baby by September 87. It's another awesome synthwave song for you if you're interested. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an outstanding rest of your day.